Okay, I think everything is done. So yeah, without further ado, let's start this one. I'm Fio from Fio's Gaming Channel, and today we will play Devil's Liminal. We will continue what we are doing last time. Last time, we got some conflicts within our two friends, and we need to choose who to trust. So yeah, let's see how it goes. And let me yeah, also Devil's Minutes is the VN, the horror VN from Azores folklore, and this is also included in the FallInLoveFestival. So yeah, I'm playing it here. Today we will play only small time, like 1 or 1.5 hours, but yeah, we will do how long that can do. Okay, let's see where to show the image. I think where is that? Okay, I think this should be good. Okay, I think you can see the screen. It should be good. And let's continue. Let's load. The preferences should be same, no changes because no new updates. But there is new updates, so some of more galleries, etc. But let's load first. Okay, so basically, who I want to choose in here, with Jade or with Beck? I already thinking on this, so I will write with Beck for this playthrough because I am choosing Beck at the moment.
No.
Okay, and I can see the history. This is no, not this one. We need to load the newest one. Yeah, that's the old one. This is the newest one. So we either choose to be with Beck or with Clara. With Clara, we go home to the uh, to the our house that has that the house don't have a really good situation right now for us. So I will choose to stay with Beck. Yeah, that happens. That happens. That happens. I was thinking what to load. But yeah, basically this one. This is what happened last time. Beck and Clara is arguing, and they want to ask us to go. Either Clara wants us to go back home, but Beck wants us to be staying here. So it depends on our side. So for this, I will choose to stay with Beck. She had to trust Beck. Yeah, yummy. She needed to believe there was a reasonable explanation. Margot turned to Clara. I'm sorry. Can we talk about this with Beck too?
No.
Clara said no. Clara turned away. Will I be safe in the meanwhile? We'll talk later. I would like some time alone to think things over. Clara is the one that cannot be seen by anyone else, only be seen by us, and apparently Beck, because Beck has the blood bond with us. Morning. Slowly, with the sunlight from Beck's window, Margot woke up. What exactly happened the night before? Clara had been in her dreams before, but Beck? And what was the thing, the ghost she saw? Margot sat up, eager to talk about everything with Beck. She looked over. Beck was still asleep. She clutched her pillow tightly in her arms, her hair ruffled. Margot watched her. Thoughts. She wondered what kind of dreams did Beck have. Margot hoped they were more peaceful than hers. Beck stirred a bit, loosening her grip on the pillow. She yawned, opening her eyes. She looked up at Margot.
Hey.
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 Yeah. Watching me sleep? Margot looked away. How are you feeling? Anything else happened last night? Boogie is like that, you know. But it works, it works, it works. I don't think any drop frames yet today, and CPU is good, so it should be good.
No.
No, pretty uneventful after we went back to sleep. Beck nodded a little to herself. I'm happy to hear. Wait. Let me check something in here. Okay. Yeah, I saw the Fugi was back, and I think Discord was having an issue today, but it should be good lah. Yeah, I see it is loading, but let's continue. It will be back. I hope it will be back. Let me just refresh it a bit. The Fugi. Where is the Fugi? Fugi. This one. Refresh. Yeah, I think the Fugi has an issue. Yeah, seems like the issue was on Discord side actually, because I don't have any drop frames on my side at the moment in here. That's weird. But yeah, let's just continue first. I think there is an issue in Discord, etc. at this point. But yeah, I am back. I think the Fugi is back, so it should be good now. Let's continue. Okay, I'm happy to hear. She propped herself up on her elbow. Do you want to talk about what happened in your dream?
Yeah.
Definitely. Alright. When I said the Fugi is okay, it's jump again. Yeah, let's just continue. Let's get some breakfast. Yeah, that happens. That happens. There's a cafe nearby. Beck started to get up. Wait. She turned back to Margot. Hello, Hajung, welcome. Yeah, the Fugi seems like the Fugi on Discord has some issue. But I'm back. I'm back. What's up? Aren't you freaked out? I guess I expected a bigger reaction after seeing the ghost and the stuff about the cat. Yeah. I thought that I've been hallucinating, or the stress is getting to me, or something. Yeah. Beck looked expensive. Static sound? Seems that is weird. Let me check a bit, yeah. The game has that small sound. That is from the game. Oh, the game volume is too low, yeah. I think. I can increase it a bit. How about now? How about now? If the game's volume is better. Yeah. I think I have the mic is okay in here. And I didn't touch the mic for any static, so it should be good. Yeah, just let me know if there is anything else, yeah? Okay. Things haven't been exactly been normal for me either. Ever since our blood bond, I've been able to see things. See things? Yeah, I thought it was stress too. Okay. Let me try to increase it again. In the meantime, let me check something. Let me just check something to make sure that everything is okay. Wait, yeah. I don't see any jumps. CPU is okay. OBS is working wonderfully. I already stopped Twitch, so it is good. Still a bit too low. Let me increase it more. Let me increase from the preference. Maybe that can increase something else. Audio. It's already maximum. So yeah, let me just increase the game capture volume. How about now? How about now? Because the game volume is actually small enough. This should be good, I hope. If not, I can change it again later. But yeah, I already closed that one. This should be good. Uh, no drop frame. And let me reload Fugi a bit again. Where is that Fugi? Fugi. Refresh. Okay. I think it's refreshed properly. GPU system is okay. The game is okay. Yeah, nothing else. Okay. Let me continue. I was so young, my parents separated. I started moving a lot. Like maybe I invented these imaginary things to cope with it. Sometimes it was like something from a horror movie. But it keeps happening. Like you said, I didn't know if I was hallucinating or what. Is it messed up that I'm glad weird things are happening to you too? So that I know it's real and we can talk about it together? Could still be fully adult. What's that? Shared delusion. Beck laughed a little to herself. Could be worse. Noon. Margot and Beck found a spot in the back of the cafe, out of earshot of the other patrons. This is a hipster cafe, alright. Where you can go there and work and drink coffee and eat something and just hang out. They curled up on an old plush couch. Beck took a sip from her coffee. They both stared off. After leaving Beck's bedroom, they hadn't spoken. Margot's mouth was dry. It was starting to fully hit Margot how drained she felt. She suspected that Beck felt the same. In the corner of the shop, a television played the news. It was a follow-up to the report Margot's mother watched days ago. There were more suspected grave robberies. The reporter hypothesized a new satanic panic on the horizon. Beck cleared her throat. Satanic panic. Clara said there was a ghost. That it was dangerous?
Yeah.
Do you know why a ghost would be after you? Not really. I don't understand why it was in the bathroom. None of it makes sense. Yeah, you were able to pull you away from it. It was dragging you in there. It smelled so bad. I didn't know ghosts have a smell. The video is lagging. Okay. Wait, yeah. Let me try something. Let me save first. Okay, let's save here. And I need to remember that it is here. I think the issue was because of the Fugi jumps and it delays a lot of things. Let me quit first. Okay, waiting a bit. The video seems like to have an issue. Wait, yeah. Yep, I see there is an unstable thing on the what is it on the Twitch in here because our connection is good, but seems like there is an unstable thing. Let me check again if I can do the re-encoding. Let's see, huh? I hope not our internet, because the internet seems okay. Yeah, I can see the screen is frozen on the, what's it? The issue of, what is it? The satanic panic. I am checking a bit if there is an issue on Twitch or any of our connection, because this is weird, because before it is okay when we are starting the game. That happens honestly. Yeah, I think there is an issue on this. Let me try a bit if the low latency helps, because it is weird, because it was working before. Hmm, 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 hmm. Wait, yeah. Yeah, not my stream if it is not having those technical issues a lot. Even though this is issue, the, what is it? The uh not too heavy game, but seems the connection was having something on my side. Yeah, I know. That's why I want to see, because it's weird. It should not be like this, especially when the setting is okay. Let me refresh again. Yeah, that's weird, because it should not be like this. It should be working normally. The no drop frames on my side. Yeah, because I am trying to check if the, what's it? The time is correct too. Let's see if the time is correct. I can do this or this. Yeah, because it's weird if the CPU is taking too much, because we don't do anything else in here. That's weird. Let me go to the intro first. I am checking if there is anything on intro that makes it heavy. Nothing. I'm testing because I want to see if everything is working properly in here. Okay, download is okay, bitrate is okay. Okay, I can see the clock is ticking normally. Yeah, I am trying to watch my stream at the moment to make sure everything is okay. Let me go back to PC. Uh, then I see if there is anything that is very heavy that I can clean up. Let's see. Yeah, I am trying to see if Fugi makes some crash on this part. Let's see. Because Fugi should not be making that heavy loads, unless the issue was when Fugi happens and everything was crashed. I am checking the CPU, I am checking the loads. Everything should be okay. Yep, I check in here again, everything should be okay. Yep, I check the minutes. It should be okay too because okay, should be okay. Okay, let me try to start the game again. Wait, yeah. And stop here so I don't have the hard time to load this. Okay, this should be good. All of those are okay. Yeah, I need to make that sometime later. I just need to have the text, honestly. But let's see. Anyways, let's play again. Okay, I am trying to start the game at the moment. So, this should work. Okay, should work. CPU usage is good. But why this happens again? Why is this happening? Because yesterday it's okay. We don't have anything opened. Don't have anything blocked. I am checking. Let me try to put this on priority. Okay, I already put the things on priority. So I hope everything should be good. I am go back to game. I don't see any encoding issue. Yeah, if the message delayed, can you refresh the Twitch? I think it should be fixed in a bit for that one. Because it was because there is an issue on the delay on the latency, but I think if you refresh the browser or the application it should be good. Anyways, let's me load again and see if nothing it's not having an issue. Okay, I am already closing some of those. Yep, please refresh for that. Sometimes it happens, I know. Same as on Discord too, actually. But yeah, let's just refresh. Okay. Yeah, I think there is some internet jumps and Twitch jump and Discord jump. But now I hope it is okay. I hope this is just a hope, honestly. Because I don't see any issue on this one. Yeah, let's continue again. Let me know later for this, but that's not it. Margot turned to back. So, how were you able to see her? How did you know she was the cat? Is that what you were talking about earlier? Yeah. I think I can see what you see sometimes. Like what? Well, Clara. And, your eye. I saw when, Margot tense up. Sorry. Margot grimaced. What else had she seen? I think it all goes back to the black bar. I guess that's also why you were able to be in my dream. Yeah, but I don't think it was just a dream. It felt more solid, I guess.
What?
What else would it be? I don't know. Margot shook her head. Don't little kids do that stuff all the time? I feel like things have only been getting worse since I came home. What else has been going on? Earlier this week, Clara mentioned something about a demon too. She took this weird photo of me. I guess I don't have a soul.
What?
A demon? Margot buried her face in her hand. I've been trying to just go to work and mind my business. Backside, she rubbed Margot's back.
Hmm.
Do you know who or what Clara is?
No.
Nope, I don't know. How do you meet her? What happened? The letters are better. Here's hoping things are better now. Yes, and the girl of your dream, literally. Yes, Margot chuckled darkly. Did you already know everything? Not everything. Margot focused on the feeling of Beck's hand, the slow circular motion of it across her back. I'm afraid to sleep tonight. What if I see the ghost again? Do I have to be afraid every night? June 22nd, Monday noon. She didn't see the ghost again last night. Margot stirred around the food on her plate. Was it out of her control? She could hope it was a random, one-off nightmare, that it seemed more significant than it actually was. She took a bite of her food. Who was that ghost? Could that be random too? She sighed to herself. At least there was a silver lining to this. Beck could see Clara. Margot was starting to worry that maybe Clara wasn't there. Afternoon. Back in the office, Erika sat down next to Margot. I didn't have any luck finding that book for Gina. She handed Margot a library card. Maybe you can see if you can find it for her? Margot pocketed the card.
Sure.
Sure, I can look after work. After work, Margot sat down with the book. Why did Gina want to read the Bardo Todo? Yeah, I don't know the pronunciation, but I will try. Margot skimmed the first page. The name translated to Liberation Through Hearing During the Intermediate State. Okay. From her personal reading, it seemed to be an in-depth guide to death and rebirth. Margot furrowed her eyebrows. It was like the different version than the one in the chat. Suddenly Clara is there. Margot bit her lip. You need to give me some warning before you just appear. I told you I wanted to go to the library. Margot rubbed her arm. Clara was not happy with her decision last night. She was surprised that Clara was even talking to her now. Sorry for yesterday. I'm sorry about yesterday. I felt really overwhelmed.
Okay.
Fine. In the future, listen to me so we don't get killed. Margot nodded, but felt a little frustrated. Clara gestured to the row of computers on the other side of the library. Are those microfiche readers? Those are already computers. I don't think at your time there is use of computer. They're just normal computers. You could do your research there. Clara strolled over to the computers, Margot trailing behind. Clara sat down awkwardly at the computer. Margot stood to the side.
Okay.
I've never touched a computer before. Oh, really? Clara looked uncomfortable. I told you, it's been 18 years. Alright, It was hard to remember, considering Clara looked Margot's age. Well, do you know how to use a typewriter? Yes. Do you know about the internet? Clara considered the question for a moment. I read an article about it when it was new. Margot nodded. She pulled up a browser window. You can pretty much find anything on the internet. Oh, you could use my laptop at home. Would that help?
Yes.
Yes. Evening. Yeah, I checked. Seems like the delays are getting better. Only 40 or 50 seconds on my phone, so it should be much better soon. Okay, let's continue. Margot pulled the keys out of her bag. She had been dreading seeing her mother again. She knew it would happen eventually. Margot slid the door open. Her mother waited expectantly in the living room, papers in hand. Look at this. She shoved the papers in Margot's hand. Margot looked at it. Feline joy aligning on his voice with some sort of background.
Huh?
What is this? Do you see a pattern? I don't understand. The water bill is double when you're home. If you're going to use water like that, you'll need to start contributing. I can't, I'm saving up for college. Then you need to figure something out. Her mother pulled the papers back out of her hands. Margot suppressed a sigh and went to her room. Dots. Margot lay on her bed. In the dark, she stared up at the ceiling. What do I need to do at the moment? I need to talk to Clara first.
Clara?
Hey, Clara.
Yes.
Huh? What did you find at the library? Yeah, the cat and the keyboard. Yep, hide. More about the ghost. What about it? It's a hungry ghost. What's that? It's a ghost of a person who was greedy in life. Hey, the title drop for the previous festival, Hungry Ghost. As a ghost, they only crave putrid things. Yeah, 1 minute 50 seconds is still okay. Maybe later on I can get better one, but this should be good lah for now. Because I am checking the clock on top right and the clock on my phone. Maybe that's why there have been grave robberies.
Yes.
And you just say yes. The weird thing is the timing. Usually they are only dangerous during the 7th lunar month.
What?
What do you think that means then? It may be why you've only seen it in a dream. If I were to be optimistic, I think that means we are safe until September. What happens then?
Well...
That's when they can walk the earth. 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 How do we know if we will see it again? There's no way to know. We need to figure out how to see it. What about demon? Clara sighed. I still don't have any answers for that. Dots. 6 dots. Oh no, another dream again. Margot had never seen this apartment before. It looked older, almost like visiting a grandparent's home. The decor made her think of the 80s. Okay, let's see living room. It seemed strange to Margot that she was dreaming of a place she had never seen before. It could be a regular dream then. She walked around the room, brushed her fingertips over the tables and couch as she passed by them. This time, it seems she was alone. Do you prefer being alone? That is an interesting question from Clara's side. I don't think she prefers being alone at the moment. Interesting that different cultures have similar thing going on around the same time of year. Yes, that is very interesting. No. Margot shivered a bit. She didn't want to be alone, although she didn't fully know what Beck and Clara wanted from her. It was nice to know they were there when she was in trouble in her last dream. It was comforting that her friends from her hometown and private school messaged her. Even when it was difficult for her to reach out to people, she still needed them. Little girl was way different than I expected. That time of the year where the border between worlds is a bit loose. Yep, that is correct. Margot looked around. Well, she had thought she was alone. The voice sounded like it was coming from a telephone window. Margot pulled down a panel of the Venetian blinds covering the window. The plastic gave way and bent in half under her finger. Outside was a city downtown with an unfamiliar brick apartments. A few blocks away, Margot could see what she assumed to be a lush city park. This definitely wasn't Arizona. I miss playing I miss playing music together like we're a family band. I don't understand why he left us. Why he left me alone. Margot wondered who this person was. Her thoughts drifted. She wondered what it felt like to play music together. At home, she wasn't allowed to sing, let alone play an instrument. What's it like singing? Go to kitchen. Looking through the shelves, the kitchen seemed borderline empty. Margot wondered if the people who lived here were struggling. It's kind of creepy. She's not even 10 years older than me. She has this vacant stare. I feel like he does too now. Examine bathroom. Margot was a little afraid to check the bathroom, but in this place the door was wide open. The lights were on and sunlight shined in from outside. She peeked in. Empty, but droplets of blood trailed along the floor from the door to the sink. I want to go home. What was this place to the girl? Back to bedroom. After seeing the rest of the apartment, Margot wondered if the bedroom would feel as abandoned and empty. She tried the door. Locked. But this was all that was left, right? Why was Margot seeing this place? Was it being shown to her? If so, by who? She looked behind her. Whose voice was she hearing? Margot wondered if it was a memory or someone far away. And we woke up. June 23rd, Tuesday morning. Gina gently held the book in her hands. Thank you so much, Marco. I'll start reading this today. Marco shifted around a bit. She wanted to ask Gina about why she wanted the book, but the question felt too direct. It's about Buddhism, right? That's right, it's a Tibetan Buddhist text. Are you Buddhist? Gina smiled and leaned closer. Between you and me, I don't know what I am. I turned 90 this year. Felt like it was about time I start figuring things out. Margot smiled back. I'd like to hear about what you're reading, if that's okay. After work, Margot thought about the group message. That was only Saturday, but already felt like weeks ago. Even if she couldn't meet up with her private school friends, she should still message them. Margot walked into her room and dropped her bag by the door. She looked at her nightstand, expecting to see her laptop. It sat on her bed, messages open. It was moved. Rather, everything in her room had been moved around and sifted through.
What?
What?
Hello.
I'm here. Did you? Clara waved her hand. I'll put everything back. Oh. I was worried. Honestly. But it's Clara. At least. At least. Margot had left Clara's book in her room so she could use her laptop. But she didn't exactly expect every notebook, magazine, and textbook she owned to be strewn across her floor. Margot clenched her jaw. What do you think about the state of your room? Well, Clara seems to be making herself at home. Margot laughed nervously. It's a bit more than my laptop. I thought there could be a clue somewhere. Maybe something you overlooked? Margot picked up an open 17 magazine. Anything critical here? So yeah, Clara wrung her hands together. Well, we were talking about how I need to catch up from the past 80 years, and I was curious. At the back of her mind, Margot was still stressed about the diaries laying around. She wasn't sure what Clara could have read or what she thought of any of it. But it seemed like they were making some progress. She couldn't antagonize her now. It's fine if you use the laptop or look at my magazines, but for my personal stuff, let's talk about that first, okay? Clara was uncharacteristically sheepish.
Okay.
Margot sat down. Cat behavior. Yes, definitely cat behavior. Find anything? Or anything you want to talk about? Clara held out a sketchbook. I found one of your drawings. It looks like the flower in your spirit photo. Margot looked at the page. It was the flower she drew while at park with Beck. Oh yeah, I noticed that. I saw it at the park. Beck pointed that out. Clara glanced at it again. She did she? It's a weird coincidence, right? Beck did mention that this flower didn't normally grow in this part of the state. Did you find anything else? Well, I did read something that might be sensitive for you. About your family. Your father passed away recently? Clara seemed apprehensive. We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. No, it's fine. I haven't really had anyone to talk about it. It was in May. You were still in school? Yeah. Everyone asked if I wanted to go home. I didn't. I stayed and finished. Were you sad? Maybe not as sad as I'm supposed to be. Have you ever had a parent die?
Yes.
And Clara just said, yes. My father died when I was very young. Apparently, he was very sick. Do you remember anything about him? No, all I know is that it set something off in my mother. She constantly fretted I was as sick as my father had been. I think it was her way of grieving, but it did make me resent him in a way. It almost felt like he set off a chain of events on purpose. So your mom was afraid you were really sick too.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's fine, it's long ago now. How are you? I don't know. It's like my mom doesn't emote a lot, I guess. I have no idea what she's really going through. I don't know what to think. Margot's laptop dinged, signaling a new message. Clara turned to look at the screen. You should check that. Margot glanced at her laptop. There was a new message from Helen. Is he a good dad? Yeah, this one is an interesting one. Because suddenly they said we are related. Helen. She still needed to ask her mother about Helen. Margot turned to Clara. I think I need to talk to my mom about something. Something that I will think will help us. Clara nodded. Her mother sat on the couch, leaning towards the television.
Mom?
Mom? Hush. My show is almost over. It only takes 45 minutes. Margot stood nearby, waiting for it to end. She checked her phone, hoping for some distraction. No new texts. Glancing up at the television, Margot wondered if the episode looked familiar. Her mother had a habit of making VHS tapes of her favorite shows. She often rewatched episodes. The credits rolled. Do you know anyone named Helen? I got a message from a woman asking about that. Her mother took in a deep breath. Oh. Come sit. Margot sat down on the other side of the couch. Her mother reached out and grabbed her hand. I have something very important to tell you. Margot furrowed her eyebrows. She shifted around. She didn't feel comfortable with her mother holding her hand. Before your father and I met, he was married and had a daughter. You've probably seen his painting of that little girl. Okay. This was all long before you were ever born. Well, that woman, his ex-wife, tried to ruin our lives. She insisted that her daughter come visit us one summer. I think they were both trying to set us up. The whole time that little girl stayed with us, she kept fussing about how bored and homesick she was. I heard her talking on the phone to her mother about how much she didn't like me, conspiring against us. Then the next day, will you know it, CPS came knocking at our door to come get her. That little girl accused your father of assaulting her. Can you believe it? Margot fidgeted with her shirt with her free hand. It was so funny when the sprinkles went off on her and that CPS worker. Her bags were soaked. But jokes on that little girl, doctors had to perform all these invasive examinations on her for the court case. All it did was prove that those two were liars. Her mother laughed. It felt like the contact with her hand was burning her. But she didn't expect that. Margot's stomach lurched. Why would her mother think that was funny? That woman and that little girl tried to take everything away from us. Don't you dare talk to her. That woman probably still wants child support. Margot had heard enough. Helen messaged me that her mom passed away years ago. Her mother raised an eyebrow. Oh. Good. Okay. She finally let go of Margot's hand. Margot rubbed her hand against her jeans. I guess you can talk to her then. Her mother turned back to the television and started to rewind the VHS tape. Margot stood up. A painting? Yes, oof, if indeed. It was getting dark, but Margot wanted to find the painting. Somehow, the shed was already filled with a new layer of spider webs and dust. She carefully looked through the stack of canvases. Eventually, she found one. It was an unfamiliar toddler sitting in a high chair. Was this Helen? Um, the little girl, I guess? He couldn't tell, mentally comparing it to Helen's profile picture. Margot set it aside. In a back corner, there was a box of her father's old sketchbooks. She glanced over at it, wiping the sweat off her brow. I should keep looking. Margot thought about what Clara said. She could keep looking through more things. Maybe there were some more clues, drawings, photographs, something. Yes, something that could help her make sense of the dream she had. Margot flipped through the pages. Margot felt like throwing up. Her mouth tasted like acid. The drawings, they were disturbing. She hadn't seen this sketchbook before. So many of the drawings were the graphic illustrations of women being assaulted. Strange things like centaurs attacking them. Between pages were newspaper clippings about grisly crimes in different cities. Did these articles serve as inspiration for this art? Wow, Margot threw it back in the box. The pages landed, newly bent and folded. Her hands felt dirty. Why did she bother looking beyond the first drawing? She felt so sick. June 24th. Wednesday morning. That's something. Alright. She forgot to message her friends yesterday. When she finally sat up in bed, she focused on that thought. She grabbed her laptop. How's everyone's summer job? She didn't expect a response early in the morning, but she was trying. Pushing aside her laptop, she lay back down to stare at the ceiling. Helen, the painting, the girl in her dream. The voice she heard in her dream mentioned wanting to go home. It also mentioned that there was someone she didn't like. Maybe. For this, let me talk to Beck. Ask Beck to visit to talk about the dream. Margot looked at her phone. I had another weird dream. Are you free this afternoon to meet up? Of course! What's been happening? There was something new in it. Another ghost? No, it's different. It feels like a memory. Margot checked the time. She still had a moment before she needed to get ready. She checked her laptop again. Maybe it was time to finally respond to Helen. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. Victor Silva is my dad. He died last month. It only took a moment for Helen to respond. Wow, I cannot believe this. I'm really sorry. I wish I messaged you sooner. I could have talked to him. What was he like? He kept to himself. He mostly kept to himself. He painted and read a lot. Yep, 1 hour mark a bit. I am waiting for the ad break to be there. Then we can rest after that. But let's continue. Margot closed her laptop. What more could she say? She briefly thought about her mother's story. Didn't Helen visit them? It sounded like she didn't remember that trip. Maybe, like Marco, she also had a poor memory of her childhood. Marco couldn't blame her for forgetting. But as Marco got ready, she thought about how nice it could be to have a new family member. Noon. Okay, I think I will save here because ad break is coming up. And I will leave on this music and song so we can do more things on here. In the meantime, let me get some drinks and water and something else that I can get for satisfying my throat because I really need to drink for this. Let me check before I am getting the ad start. And yeah, ad is starting. So let's see how it goes. In the meantime, I will mute the stream first. Okay, ad breaks are over, so let's continue the game. I hope everything is okay and no issues anymore. I think CPU usage is okay and everything is okay. It's okay. Let's continue. And thank you, Saibot. Margot checked her phone at lunch. She had a text from Nikki. Hey, I had an idea. What's up? You told me about your friend back. I want to meet her. You, me, and Beck should go shopping. Sounds fun. Sounds fun. I can text her. Okay. We could go Friday. I will see what she says. Margot opened her text with Beck. Want to go to the mall with my friend Nikki and me? Yes! Oh, Beck. Thank you, Hyde. When? Let's Friday work? Yep. I guess I will see you a lot this week. Margot put her phone away. After work, Margot sat in her room. It was quiet. Her mother was not home yet. Sometimes in the quiet, it would sound like two voices were in the living room. They would talk about what she did wrong that day. They would talk about what she did wrong when she was a toddler. It didn't matter. They would go on and on throughout the whole night, talking about what spiteful little bitch she is. How lucky she is to have them. No one else would ever put up with this. No one would ever. She had to distract herself by waiting for Beck to arrive. Intrusive thoughts. She had a perfectly fine day. Why were her thoughts spiraling like this? Margot opened her laptop. She decided to look at Helen's profile mode. There was a photo album that included messages wishing her daughter a happy 18th birthday. She had a daughter the same age as Margot. Would they have anything in common? Maybe it would be nice to be known. There was a new message. Could I see some of his paintings? Sure, I will see if I can take photo of them later. My mom said he made fun of you. Really? I would like to see that. Could I talk to your mom? I wanted to ask her some things. I can ask. Margot felt uneasy. What would her mother say to Helen? Did Helen remember when she visited them after all? Margot wanted to turn the conversation around. Can you tell me more about yourself? It's not every day that I find out I have a sister. Margot waited for a moment. Yeah. The responses stopped. Margot looked around her room. It would be easier if she could just talk to her mother about Helen, or talk to any adult about it honestly. There was Erika at work, there was Gina, but that would be unprofessional. Margot laughed a bit to herself. How about Danny? He seemed chatty. Or how about the woman from the UH store? Maybe she'd be willing to chat with Margot about her half-sister, Ghost, Clara's book. Margot's phone vibrated. Beck was on her way to the park. Margot grabbed her bag and headed out. Evening. That is tall cactus. At the park, Beck sat across from Margot. She eagerly leaned forward.
Cool.
I'm excited for the mall.
Yeah.
Me too. What's Nikki like? She's really into sports. Loves animals. I will avoid that topic. She doesn't have much of a filter. She asked me to see if you could come to the mall with us. We've been friends since middle school, so she likes to know what I'm up to. Make sure I haven't fallen in with the wrong crowd. I think she thinks you're a model, so you two should get along fine.
What?
Model, huh? You showed her a photo of me? Yep, she asked. I'm not much for shopping, but hanging out should be fun. Backlink back. So, what's been happening? I had a dream with a girl I had never seen or heard before. I've also been getting messages from a woman asking about my dad, so I talked to my mom about it. From what my mom said, I guess I have a half sister that's been messaging me. And I think she's the girl I had a dream about. Half sister? And your mom knew about it? It wasn't like... No, she was from my dad's previous marriage. That you have never heard about before? Yep. I'm not too sure what to do with it. You know? This morning I was kind of daydreaming about it. Maybe it's too optimistic to think, but what if we got to know each other really well? And she's really cool and nice, I guess. What if we could meet her? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But there is still the ghost stuff. Sorry. I haven't seen it since Saturday. I cannot tell what is and isn't related anymore. Or if it's just any and all weird stuff is happening to me right now. It has to be related, right? Maybe, but the dreams with her feel more like a memory. Margot shifted in her seat. Is it all related to the demon? Clara saying I don't have a soul? You mentioned that a bit. And then there is my blood bond with you. That was years ago. Beck smiled quickly. I guess you need to worry about one thing at a time. Guess so. Speaking of... I wanted to ask you something. Yeah? Do you still see what I see? Since moving back here, not as much. Mainly just bits and pieces of your dreams, like the ghost and Clara. I feel like my memory gets really fuzzy, but I remember the important details. For example, that I should be afraid of that cat. Margot nodded. I don't know, I guess I felt really self-conscious about that. Yeah, I understand. If it's reassuring at all, it wasn't something I was actively doing. And well, I'm here talking to you. I like you a lot. Hearing that, Margot blushed. I appreciate that. It was reassuring. Night. After a while, Beck went home. Back in Margot's room, Clara was waiting. You smell awful. Were you with that girl?
Beck?
Beck? She smells like a corpse. Okay. I hope you're not talking to her still. I don't trust her. Clara sighed. I want to try something. She stood up from Margot's bed and picked up something up. Margot watched as Clara checked every corner of the room. She shut the door and closed the curtains. Margot slipped off her jacket. Clara held a match to what she was holding, an incense stick that Margot hadn't seen before. Meow. She placed it on Margot's nightstand, then turned to her. Well, what is it? I want to see if we can induce a lucid dream. It's been a while since you had a dream, hasn't it? Margot hesitated. She hadn't mentioned her most recent dream to Clara yet. I did have one recently. Clara frowned.
What?
You need to tell me these things. I meant to. Was the ghost in your dream? I don't think so, but someone else was there. I think it was my sister. You have a sister? Good. Maybe we can get a soul from her. Clara, please. You, you really, you really are something.
What?
What do you mean? Clara sat down on Margot's bed. Listen, I need you to have a soul so I can have a human body. And you need one so you won't face nothingness when you die.
Huh?
What exactly does that mean? Since a demon has your soul, you won't have an afterlife. You will be trapped with that demon for as long as they see fit. Okay. Let me save a bit. Sorry, I right click seems to be get me to the save screen. How am I not dead without man? What is soul? It's an energy, an amount of power over reality. Power over reality? What did that mean? Margot's hands felt clammy.
Well,
But what will happen to Helen if I get her soul? Wouldn't she be stuck too? It will be only a fragment of it. But what will happen? Yeah, those fair folk sometimes don't tell us directly for everything. And yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Since it's not the whole thing, she'll probably be fine. Probably is the word. Maybe a bit listless. What about the ghost? You said it was dangerous. We have until September to figure out the ghost. In the meanwhile, I think it's another opportunity. Margot paced around. This doesn't feel right. Is this okay to do? What do you mean by okay? Morally right? Clara looks slightly amused. No one is keeping count. She patted the bed next to her. Come, lie down. Margot obliged. The moment her head hit the pillow, it felt like the room was spinning. Her doubts were still there, but her thoughts felt dulled and muddied. Stay focused on the sensation of your body and the smell of the incense. Her stomach turned, nausea building. Before she fell asleep, she thought about what Clara said. No one is keeping count. Thoughts. We are back to the old apartment, the same apartment. Every time Margot turned her head, it felt like the room was slow motion moving around her. It almost felt like a normal dream. Walking around, she felt like her feet were sinking into sand. Every step was met with resistance. Today, something was different about the apartment. The walls were covered in photographs. They were a family she didn't recognize. Why do you leave me with them? I'm sorry. Look what they did to you. What if one day I make them mad too? I'm sorry, I cannot do more for you. It's because you're jealous of the attention I got. No, that's back. That's weird. This is weird. You want them to hurt me. No, I know it's not safe for you there either. One day I'll cry too much. One day I won't make them proud. I know, it's just matter of time. But what can I do? Margot tried to focus. Where was Beck? Who was she talking to? Margot tried to remember why she was here and what she was doing. Clara said. Clara said to find the girl. Her sister, Helen. You need to take part of her soul. In the dream. Oof. Let me save. This is hard. Honestly, this is hard. I know that's the issue, but we don't have a soul. Do we really want to take the soul and trust Clara? or it will have more consequences. Yeah, for this playthrough, I will have to do this. I will try to take that. It must be that. There's no way around it. Margot had to piece together a new soul for herself and Clara. Clara said it wouldn't hurt them, her sister, or the ghost. This was the only way to make sure no one would be hurt. Regardless, Margot needed to find her. If she was in Margot's dreams, there was a chance the ghost wasn't too far away either. If she could, Margot wanted to protect her and figure out what was going on with her. But what if the ghost was already here? Could that be who Beck was talking to? Who do you want to find first? Honestly, I want to find Beck. I want to find Beck. Why do you want to find her? Why this text is red? She needs my help. Help? What will it take to help Beck? Perhaps she is beyond help and it's already the end for her. She does believe Margot could be her way out. Helen would be okay, right? With Beck, maybe they could do more together to reach out to her. Margot looked around. That red text is suspicious. Suspicious. Sorry, I am taking backside on this. Where was
Beck?
Beck? What can I do? What can I do? There was a painting in the room. She could only see the back of the canvas, propped up against a table. Margot trudged over to it. Which it stepped, it felt like her feet were sinking more and more into the floor. She got close enough to peer around it. Beck sat in front of it, curled up on the ground. She hugged her knees tightly to her. It seems as though she was also sinking into the floor. Beck intently eyed the painting, seemingly not noticing Margot at all. Margot glanced from her to the painting. It was her father's painting of Helen, a dark-haired toddler in a high chair.
Beck?
What do you see? Who are you talking to, Beck? Beck looked up at Margot. Don't you see her too? I think we are seeing different things. Different? She blinked and looked at the painting. She's not here. It's just a painting. Beck rubbed her eyes. How stupid of me. She couldn't talk to me. Why would she be mad at me? Yep, that takes a VPN. That's dangerous. That is dangerous, alright. What's going on? We need to find your sister, right? Beck slowly stood up. The floor seemed to stretch and unstick from her. Hi, honey. Yes, the scariness just kicked in. Let's look. Does this dream feel weird to you too? Yeah. Let's hurry so we can get out of here. Margot glanced at the painting one more time before they started their trudge to the bedroom door. The photographs continued along to the walls outside of the door. There, a couple of empty picture frames hung on the wall. Margot placed her hand on the door, feeling her skin fuse with the wood. It took all of her strength to speak. Helen? That's who you are, right? Who's there? I'm Margot. You've been messaging me. Messaging? What does that mean? She heard papers rustling. Can you open the door? I cannot find my photos. I'm trying to make a photo album, but I cannot find my photos anywhere. Beck looked at the frames. If you open the door, I can help you find them. I can't find them. Where could they be? Where? Beyond her, Margot heard footsteps. Startled, Beck turned around. What was that? She bristled at the sound. Could it be? June 25th, and we woke up. Thursday after work. I can't believe I'm doing this. What made her think the shop owner would want to talk to her? She seemed nice enough, but it was probably just for customer service. After the incense making her throw up in the morning, the dream she had last night, Margot felt like she was at the end of her rope. Margot placed her hand on the shop door. She sighed to herself, pushing it open. People make small talk all the time, don't they? Once she was inside, the shop felt different to her. Maybe it was her anxiety about talking to the owner. But there was something specific. It smelled like Clara's incense. Could she have done it there? How would she done that? Okay, try asking her for advice. Hello. Margot greeted her quickly. She hadn't fully figured out how to start up the conversation. Nice to see you again, Margot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume your craft project turned out well. Oh yeah, it looks great. Lovely. Tell me what you need. Did you get a new incense for the store? Yes, it is a new import. Would any of it help with sleeping? Possibly sandalwood?
Okay.
Okay. Does it help with nightmares? I'd assume you're too young to have sleep issues. Sad about college, I guess. I see. We can talk about it. If that's okay? Of course. Well, I'm worried about my family when I leave for college. I found out I have a new cousin that I didn't know about before. And I've been having stressful dreams about them. I see. You haven't expressed this to her. I guess not. Try talking to her, see if that helps. In the meantime, the incense should help calm your nerves. The owner smiled. Yeah, I am trying to get a dreamy voice for the owner. I suppose I should count on you being a regular?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. She nodded to Margot. Until next time then. Same to you. Teresa. Margot smiled. Same to you, Teresa. Evening. Margot checked her laptop. Maybe Teresa was right. Never too young to have sleep issues, speak from experience. Yep, that's true. She could try asking Helen about the dreams. Did she know they were happening? Margot considered her options. First, she wanted to check the group chat. Alejandra, we're doing a little road trip for 4th of July. Then I'm working in the lab after that. Cool, where are you going? Roswell, I want to take pics with an alien. Okay. I don't think there's any actual aliens there. That's what I tried to tell her. Hey, weren't you the one who wanted to see the thing? Karina, I needed answers. What is it? You will have to see for yourself. The thing. Margot switched to her conversation with Helen. She needed to focus. There was a response. Not a lot to say about me. I look at your photos. Looks like you do a lot of school activities. I guess I wasted my time with the wrong crowd when I was your age. My mom was a real witch. Did that help you in school? Margot remembered her first day at her private school. Her mother was angry and refused to drive her there. Margot begged her. Her dorm room, classes, food, everything was covered by scholarship. All she had to do was drive her there. Finally, her father said he would do it. The drive was fine. Unpacking and setting up her room was fine. On the way out, I guess so. Can I ask you something? Have you had any weird dreams lately? Yeah, that's what made me want to find Dad. I kept having dreams about him. In them, I am a kid. It's the weirdest thing. Really? Me too. Margot shut her computer. She wanted to stop thinking about her father. On the way out, he leaned over and kissed her on the neck. She shivered, feeling sick. She hated feeling like her neck was too exposed. Maybe it was time to really talk to her mother about this. In the living room, Margot's mother was in the front of the television. She was watching the news. I looked up that little girl. Margot was surprised. Helen has a criminal record. Apparently, she likes to drive drunk.
Oh.
She messaged me today. Margot's mother turned to her and gave her a stern look. Dad, give that little girl my address. I'm not paying her a dime. Margot turned away.
Okay.
Okay. She went back to her room.
Margot.
And Clara suddenly appears. Margot. In her hands were two picture frames. Your mother plans to hang out tonight. To stay at Denny's?
Okay.
Okay. Margot glanced at the picture frames again. Are those? How is that possible? These? They are the ones from my dream.
Yes.
Yes, we need the photos for them. I didn't see you in my dream.
How?
How is that even possible? Maybe you are the red text. Clara smiled a little. Out of everything, this is what surprised you? She set the frames down.
Well...
I was in that dream. While you and Beck were distracted, I grabbed this. If we get the photos that Helen wants, I believe she will open the door.
Okay.
Okay. So we just need to wait for my mom to leave, right? Then we could look through her photo albums. Exactly. From the other room, Margot heard the front door slide and click shut. Clara picked up the picture frames. Let's go. Her mother's room was dark. The curtains were always drawn closed. Clara stood in the middle, surveying it. I think the photo albums are in the closet. Margot slid open the door. On the top shelf sat a small white box. She left it alone. Margot had a feeling she knew what it was. Below, there were large cardboard boxes. She opened the first box. She jumped against the sound of roaches stealing. Yeah, that is gross. You have to keep looking. Clara, please. Yep, I am thinking that too. I know. Tentatively, Margot looked again. It was full of bank statements. She carefully put it back and checked a second box. This one was full of photo albums. Margot remembers seeing some when she was little. She flipped through the pages. Pictures from vacations her parents took before she was born. Pictures of the farm in California that her mother grew up on. Her mother's favorite horse. Old letters from family that didn't immigrate, still on some faraway island. Yeah, they are from Azores. Margot examined them for a moment. The cursive on the faded page was impossible to read. She couldn't tell if it was in English or Portuguese, let alone what it said. She tucked it back in between two pages of black and white photographs. Seeing every page used to its full extent, it particularly stood out when Margot found an empty page. It had nothing but a couple of torn, sticky spots.
Huh?
That's weird. Interesting. Margot flipped through it somewhat. Another empty page. I'm guessing those are the photos we need. Ah, great. We can check other photo albums? Margot sighed. We can try. I'm just worried about her noticing. Yeah, I'm worried about that too. Oh, another dream. Her living room. The television was on. Margot looked at the television, trying to figure out what was on it. Her mother sat motionless, leaning forward in her seat. It was a movie. A group of women immigrated to the United States. As they grew up, they stayed in contact. They had daughters. These daughters grew up considering each other sisters. I, wa- I wonder where my daddy is. Margot looked around. She didn't see her. I haven't heard from him in years. Do you know what happened to him? Why can't I remember anything? You wouldn't want to see him. Her mother didn't look up. Of course I want to see him. My mom made me up so many lies about him. But look at you. You're going to college. I bet I could have done that too if he was in my life. Margot thought about what her mother told her about the assault accusation. I think he did something to you that maybe you blocked out. Margot couldn't block out the intrusive image of the centaur drawing in the shed. Worse still, she couldn't block out the memory of him trying to show her something on the computer. She shook her head, glancing at her unmoving mother. Whatever was on the television somehow frightened Margot as much as her thoughts. It must have been really hard for you. You shouldn't blame yourself for something like that. Of course I blame myself. I'm the one who get punished. Everyone got mad at me. Helen, I'm not mad at you. We could still get to know each other. Margot walked closer to her mother and the television. How could she not react to any of this? Why doesn't she care? Margot looked at her closely. In her hands were the photographs. Can you hear me?
Hey!
Hey,
Mom?
Mom? Can you hear me? She stared at her mother, trying to find any response, any slight flinch, or a breath out of rhythm. Nothing. She continued to sit, leaning forward, her full focus on the television. Margot waved her hand in front of her face. She felt like a child again, wanting her mother to react to her coming home from school. Nothing at all. There was no point in talking to her, was there? Margot needed the photos regardless. Take the photographs? I have to. No choice in here. Slowly, carefully, Margot approached her. She reached out and grasped the missing photographs. Now she had to pull them away. You're always ripping things out of my hands. Grab, that's all you do. Margot covered her mouth with her free hand to stop from screaming. Her other hand still clutched the free edge of the photos. With them out of her hands, she would talk. Margot tried. She really did. She would have asked, but her mother wouldn't answer her. Margot pulled as hard as she could, afraid the photos would tear. June 26th, Friday morning. Oh wow. Yes, no choices. Margot sat down with Gina in the lobby. How's your reading going? Quite well. The first one I heard about this book, it was quite sensationalized. In the 60s, I was already a bit too old for it all, but I heard about people using drugs for religious experiences. Margot felt a bit shocked to hear Gina talk about it. You're right. Looks at the same option. But I will see how it is because we don't know what happens there. Margot felt a little bit shocked to hear Gina talk about that. The only adults she could think of who ever mentioned drugs around her were their officers or her father. How did this book relate to drugs? There is a guidebook for LSD based off of it. I suppose because it describes what people see when they die. That there's these different liminal states between life, death, and rebirth, where a person can have different visions. Liminal states? Yes, it mainly describes the one between death and rebirth. Yeah, yeah, Bumi. That's a lot of things. There is a lot of things to unpack here, honestly. But it also mentions that life, meditation, and dreaming are liminal states. Apparently, lucid dreaming can be beneficial. For what? For preparing for death. Maybe at Gina's age, it's easier to be more candid. Talking about lucid dreaming reminded her of the photographs in her bag that she somehow was able to grab from her dream. After work, yep, so basically we can grab the photograph. It was time to go to the mall. Nikki was late. Ben, have you heard from Nikki? No, this is normal. Want to wait at 9? Okay, I will text her that we're there. After waiting for a bit, Ben came by and picked up Margot. At Beck's place, they went to the backyard. You know what I thought of? What? You didn't see my garden last time. I didn't know you garden. Beck eagerly led Margot to a shaded corner of the backyard. The light cloth was placed on trellises above the plants. Several types of vegetables, melons, and flowers were neatly on display. Beck carefully surveyed her plants. I'm worried the next couple of months are going to be rough. But what do you think? This is really cool, Beck. I've never been able to get something to grow. Beck shrugged. I have a lot of free time to tend on it. Oh, I should have some Armenian cucumbers soon. I can give you some.
Sure.
Sure, I would like that. Beck smiled. She crouched down to continue looking at her garden. Let's check on Nikki. We should check on Nikki. Margot pulled out her phone. I haven't heard from her yet. She has my address, right? She has to come by here anyway. Suddenly, Margot could hear a car horn. It was getting more and more persistent. Her phone buzzed. Oh, Nikki's here. At Nikki's car, Margot went to sit in the back. Beck followed suit, pushing aside all foot wrappers. Nikki looked in the rear view mirror. Is no one going to sit up front with me? I didn't know I was going to be a third wheel. Margot nudged Beck. Nikki wanted to hang out with you.
Oh,
Sorry. Beck got out of the car and opened the passenger door. An old green cart rolled out and onto the road. Did you need that? Come on, hurry up and get in. On the road, Nikki started making small talk. Beck, where did you live before moving back? All over the place. I was in Scottsdale with my dad before coming here. Before that, I was in San Diego for a while. Both my parents worked there. Wow, are you going to college too? Yeah, looks like I'm going back to California at the end of the summer.
Seriously?
Oh, seriously? Like Marco,
Really?
you're going to be in California too? Yeah, how has this never came up? Nikki cleared her throat. Do you have any plans? Yeah, going to live in Phoenix with some friends. Probably not in Scottsdale, but... Oh, I'll text you some place to check out then. Okay. Is there anything you wanted to shop for? I want a new piercing. Food. Is that shopping? Big shark. I'm hungry. Oh, well. Well, Nikki led the group to their first stop. The jewelry shop had a few teens meandering around with their parents. But you have a lot of piercings. Yep. I did most of them myself. Okay, wow. I was thinking about getting a lip ring too. Do you think it would look good on me? Beck analyzed Nikki's face for a moment.
Nope.
No. Nikki's expression fell. I think a nose ring would look way better. Oh, really? I'll see what there is. Maybe there's a piercing shop nearby. Nikki wandered to some other displays in the store. With Beck, Margot looked around the store. Beck absentmindedly looked at the ear gouges. After a moment, she turned to Margot.
Hey.
Are your ears pierced?
No.
No. Want me to pierce them? Is that a good idea? Beck gestured to her own ears. I obviously think it's a great idea. After a while, they left the shop. Nikki had a small bag in mind. I think it's too time. You're insatiable. We looked at clothes a week ago. 2 weeks? Nikki veered towards the department store. Beck and Margot trailed behind. At the entrance of the store were various cosmetics and jewelry displays. Beck glanced around. Friendship bracelets.
Huh?
There's a set for making macrame bracelets. Have you ever made those? A couple of times in middle school. These look fancier though. Right? I didn't know fancy ones existed. Come on, slowpokes. Margot looked back at the bracelets. You two go ahead. I'm going to check out something over here. Beck whimpered a bit. I hate those shopping. Come on, you can help me pick stuff. Beck begrudgingly followed. Margot went over to where she saw the display. They were too expensive and it was something she could make herself. That felt like a nice gift. Different type of rope and beads were on display. Margot considered what to get. Yeah, there is a lot of things that going on here, but I prefer Beck, honestly. Silver and black for Beck. Margot quickly made her purchase and put it in her backpack. Walking back over to Beck and Nikki, Margot idly wondered what those two would talk about. Nikki loved to gossip. Margot was a little afraid of what the gossip could be. She found them, a giant pile of clothing in Beck's arms. Beck looked out at Margot. Help? It's not that bad. Margot came over. I just asked her if she could help pick and carry stuff. I hate it. She also keeps asking me. Shh. That's between us. Beck rolled her eyes. I'm choosing the next door. After walking outside the mall, they got to the hardware store nearby. Yeah, Beck. Outside by the garden supply area, Nikki and Margot settled into the lawn chairs on display.
Are you kidding me?
You are going to sit outside? Yeah. You're lost. Beck turned and went in. Nikki leaned over to watch her walk in, waiting for her to disappear around the corner. Once Beck was out of sight, she turned to Margot with a sly smile. So, what's going on with you and Beck? What do you mean, Nikki? She obviously likes you. Yeah, your friend. No, I mean she likes you. Does this have to do with that rumor at school? No, this is based on my research. Research? I forced her to admit it while you were away. Or I would pile on more clothing like the Salem Witch files. Margot felt embarrassed.
Seriously?
You two were talking about me? Yeah, duh. So, tell me, do you like her? I like her from the point of view of Margot. This is what she likes. Margot stared at her hands in her lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like her. Huh, I know it. Have you told her?
No.
No, this is new for me. I don't know how to. Well, she's kind of blunt weirdo. You could probably just tell her. Oh my gosh, this means you're coming out, right? Margot covered her face with her hands. Is that the sort of thing we should get a cake for? Please, no. Her voice was muffled by her hand. Forget I said anything. I just like her, okay? Jeez, you're no fun. Margot looked up to see Beck walking out of the store, a large bag over her shoulder. Sorry. I need to laugh a bit. Okay, let's continue. Hope you do have a nice gossiping session about me. Nikki half. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Beck laugh. Is it food time yet? Food court. Beck insisted on hamburgers. After everyone sat down with their trays, Beck dug around her bag and pulled out some medication. What's that? Medication? For what? For me? Margot noticed the giant pickle pouch Beck brought. What's up with that pickle? It's a hot pickle! Margot, have you never had a hot pickle? No, what is it? A spicy pickle? They're so good! Margot looked over and noticed Nikki had also had a hot pickle. This is Ross. Does that mean you don't want your pickle spear? Hey Margot! Hello Jade! Margot turned around to see Jade.
Hey.
Can I sit with you all? Sure! Jade sat down and excitedly turned to Margot. Jade also had a hot pickle. I saw a rumor online. Utada is touring in the US next year. They're going to be in Los Angeles. I'm really trying to figure out if I can see them. That's so cool. Yeah, I guess I know what I'm saving up for now. Would you want to go? I don't know, it really depends. But keep it updated. Getting over her initial excitement, Jade greeted Nikki. Then she turned to Beth. Hey, have we met before? You look familiar. Have you been to the theater?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that must be your friend. This is my friend Beck. She moved here pretty recently. Hey, nice to meet you. Beck smiled.
Hey.
Same to you. Hey Jade, you have a nose piercing. Yeah, what's up? Did it hurt? I guess piercings always hurt. Margot turned to Nikki just in time to see her drink the pickle brine. You think. Nikki dropped off Margot first. Margot sighed to herself, realizing it was so Nikki could gossip more with Beck. She could only guess at what text she would get as a result. Margot walked up to the porch steps, absentmindedly digging her keys out of the paper bag. At the door, she heard the sound of a page being turned. Margot turned to see Clara sitting on the edge of the porch, her legs dangling off the side. She had one of the Margot's magazines open in her lap.
Hey.
Getting some fresh air? I would if I could. Margot put her keys back in her bag and sat down next to Clara. Did you want to put together the picture frames tonight? Maybe tomorrow. Margot peered over at the article Clara was looking at. It was a spread about prom. That's interesting, huh? Clara shook her
No.
head. Not really. I'm thinking. About what? It's nothing. Clara set the magazine down. That was back in the car just now, wasn't it? Yeah, we went to the mall. Clara scoffed. Do you really buy her blood-bound excuse? That it's not seem suspicious to you at all that she knew about me and was in your dreams? She's never done anything to hurt me. I mean, you're pretty suspicious too.
Okay.
Think whatever you want. But I don't want Beck jeopardizing things for us. She's not. She's trying to help me. For now. Clara stood up. She seemed to be muttering to herself. What do you see in her? She slipped the door closed behind her, leaving Margot alone outside. Margot looked down at the magazine. What was it that made Clara particularly tense tonight? June 27th, Saturday morning. I think one more day, then we can end the string. Margot woke up to the sun shining through her window. She heard a light sigh. Margot rolled over. Clara seemed focused on something in her book, her eyebrows furrowed. Clara looked up.
Yes?
Yes?
Hey.
You're at it early. Margot sat up. Clara had been in strange mood since last night. You know, I've been making time to help you. I have a job and other responsibilities. I need to have time to relax. Clara shook her head, looking back down at her book. Margot rolled back over. Where did she go wrong? Somehow, with Clara there, Margot felt lonelier. Afternoon. Margot's phone buzzed. She glanced at it. The message was from Beck. Wish you had hung out with us last night. Margot sighed. That's right, she had left Beck and Nikki alone together. Nikki and I had a very interesting conversation. What was it about? I don't know, not sure if I want to share now. So, you texted to let me know you had a nice conversation? No, I'm texting to gloat. Okay, got it. Maybe we could talk about it more in person? You still haven't told me what it was about. You're making me nervous. Good. Margot rolled her eyes. Beck seemed to be in a good mood. Maybe that meant something. Where are the photos? They are in my bag. Margot unzipped her bag and grabbed the photographs and frames. Yep, to Housemark. I will snooze the app after this. She placed them across her bed. So I guess I need to give this to Helen. Seems that way. Are you ready to do that tonight? I guess. Clara held talk about wanting to take part of Helen's soul. Margot didn't know what other option there was. But what was really going on? Margot picked up her laptop. I'm going to see if I got any more message from her first. I asked her if she noticed anything weird lately. Margot glanced over the messages. There was multiple with a new one sent every few hours. Some were from the middle of the night with the most recent one sent at the morning. I'm going to visit you. Then I can talk to your mom in person. Maybe I can take some of the paintings home with me. Some of your photos on your profile mention your school. You must live nearby, right? How about next weekend? Oh, this is your address? Margot shut her laptop. Oh no, that's dangerous. Her heart was thudding. How did Helen have her address? Was she actually going to show up? Margot turned to Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah, Let's do this tonight. The sooner the better. Okay, we go to the night. I will snooze the ad. Okay, because I want to finish this part first. Then we can end the stream. Margot was back in the apartment. Here we go again, in the dream sequence. She held the two assembled frames and photographs. Near the door, an assortment of thumbtacks and nails were jammed into the wall. Same as last time. Which... Did it matter where she hung the frames? She looked around for a moment, then placed them. Yep, it is very scary. The one from Helen. The lock clicked. The bedroom door clicked open. Her hand hesitated at the door. Was she alone? She didn't want to be alone for this. With the slight touch of her hand, the door slowly swung open. She walked inside. In the middle of the room sat a girl. Maybe she did look like the painting edged up, or the user profile picture edged down. Margot couldn't decide. In the front of the girl were torn up family photographs. She weakly brushed her hands across them in a passive effort to reassemble them. I have a daughter your age. We haven't talked for a couple of years. She got a job and moved out when she was 16. You also moved out when you were 16, right? Well, I want to prove I can be a good mom. I'm better than my mom, so I don't know what my daughter is mad at me about. She doesn't know how bad it can be. She doesn't realize how hard it was to raise her alone. I guess I pushed her away. Things never worked out with her dad. I was so young when I had her. My mom would tell me I was the reason Dad left. I believed that. So I played it out over and over until I had no family left. There was one day I looked in the mirror. I got these forehead and eye creases. I find new patches of gray hair every day. I have these sunspots on my cheeks that won't go away. I'm so tired and forgetful. You know what I realized standing in the bedroom of my studio apartment? Your young years are meant to be spent making connections, making close family and friends. That way, you're not going to die alone in the packed room of your studio apartment. So you don't end up in the newspaper because they found you 3 months later. My gray hairs represent every moment I wasted by driving away someone who could have been there for me. Now I'm old. That's it. You don't realize that when you're young, but you really realize it when you get the gray hairs. Helen stood up, but she did not look at Marco. She walked past her to the doorway. Carefully, she removed the frames on the walls and slipped out the photographs. She walked back in and sat down in her previous spot. Her hands busily tore up the photographs as she stared into the distance. Why? Why was she tearing up the photographs? Margot could not have kept them. Could have kept them. She should have asked what Helen intended to do with them. I got a second chance. I saw that in a dream. He said all I need is family. My daughter doesn't like me. Forget it. Me and Dad can be together now. Those photos should have been all that remained of him. But he's dead. Helen looked up at Margot. Her eyes were dark. She smiled. Let me snooze it again. No, he's right here. and he wants the three of us all together. Isn't that nice? I will come visit you and get his ashes. She stood up again. Then we can be one. This is scary. This is scary. She walked towards Margot. Margot backed up towards the doorway. I don't want that. Then who will you have left, Margot? You can only trust your family. Margot shook her head. Helen's pace quickened. Margot panicked. She ran to the door, slamming it shut behind her. That is very That is very terrifying, honestly. June 28th. I think it is a good time for me to stop in here. Let me save here. Yes. Yes, honey. What the hell is correct? What the hell is very correct? Those horror are very real and very horrific, very frightening. But yes, that is all I can do for today. This is a good cliffhanger for the next stream that I can do for this game. The game is very interesting, and I love how it is. I love how the slow burn and how the character development and the character interactions and the horror part too. It introduces me for the lores and what happened in the past. This sure is a fun family. But yes, that should be all for today, and we will see. We will do this again sometime, maybe after the festival, because this is very fun. And I'm invested to it. I'm really invested to it. It's already got to the July 27, I believe, for the update. This is the early access, so it is developed as we talk to. Thank you, Dev, for again for providing me with this and also for making this game. Anyways, yeah, and one means family. Yes, and family means no one is left behind. They say, they say. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, sorry for the delay and lags for some of us, but it should be fixed in the next stream as long as there is no issue on the what is it on the connection and the Fuki. But that is all for me. Let me end this stream. I am Vio from Favorite Gaming Channel and Yan. Bye bye. See you in the next stream and let's go to the outro.